Hey Leroy, how are you today?
Doing great.
Good. Tell us a
One
little
of my
bit
better
about
days.
tell us a little bit about where you teach and how many students you have. And I know you do a whole bunch of things. So
Yeah, well, I teach at Paulding County High School, and here we have the automotive classes. And there's levels 1, 2, and 3. We have a collision and body class. There is 1, 2, and 3 of it. Also, we're continuing to expand, and we do pretty good. I think this group of kids, I call these the kids that had to go through COVID. So they know more about this their intro was done a lot over the computer.
right.
It's not as much shop time and things as the rest of them have got, but they've done a really good job and are keep improving really now. We basically spend every day in the shop. The program here has had several students that are, I have several people that come to choose our students. Uh, and some of them just need to know more knowledge about where they need to do, what they need to learn, and what is it worth to them. Money, that's some of their questions. I know we talked about different things, but
Yeah. So
making them be ready, prepared to leave to go get a job is, and in the rent, what people want in the mechanic field.
right. Yeah. So I know that we have had some conversations and you reached out to us about some of your biggest challenges. And you want to talk a little bit about that and how if
I
we
can't
over
remember what they all were.
and there's so many, right? But I know that one of it was if you could just get industry in to talk to your students in the class shop to influence and to maybe set some expectation and give them a really good understanding of what it would be like to be in the industry.
Yes. And like I said earlier with you on that, is the problem I have is everybody around here, they're working and owning and behind in their own shops. They need the employees, but they don't have the time to come here. So I've got to figure out a way to get them to come to us so that we can go do more. Or
Yeah.
meets, right now they're not really letting us do field trips, but I was just going to take them on a field trip, goes around all the shops in the county,
Right.
you know, all the
Yeah.
different.
So is there a way that you could do it virtually or kind of like what we're doing now?
Yeah, I possibly could. And what I'd have to do is send like one of them set up with each one of them,
Right.
and that may be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting them into the classroom and being a guest speaker would be an ideal
Yeah.
situation as well, right?
Right. Now, the advisory board for the collision part, they're more than happy, and they can come and they do things for us all the time. The
Yeah.
automotive side just seems to be, they don't, and it's a culture, I guess. They don't have the time. Most of our shops here are the individual shops, and the owner's going to be there whether he's dying or not.
Right.
You know? Makes a difference.
Yeah.
So, and it's more of a rural area, so, you know, uh, that makes a difference. But we are, uh, this class going to be, got a lot of kids in here that are really good potentials.
All
Lots.
right. Well, then we're gonna have to let all the shops around the area know. One last question.
And see, that's another thing is, I don't know how much WrenchWay is down in this area. We've got to get you to them as well so they can come to us.
Would love that. Absolutely. Absolutely. One last question for you, because I know that this is always shocking to me and to other people who aren't aware of the limited budgets that you have. And so you can you don't have to give exact numbers, but for how many students do you have? And then what's your annual budget?
My annual budget for all of my automotive stuff this year was a total of $7,000. Okay. Now, through the collision program and this and that, and other things that I went out and found and sponsors, I ended up collecting myself over 30 something $1,000.
Oh my goodness.
So I spent that with buying tools and stuff for the kids, and they got tools Some of them were like tools in that 30,000. I had one of them that, well, two of my kids from the past worked there, and he bought a brand new spot welder, and two of them said, "Hey, can we give this to Mr. Goodwin?"
Nice.
So that's $3,500 spot welder.
Right.
Yeah.
So a
yeah.
$7,000 budget, and how many students do you have total?
Total students that I have is right at 100 per semester. And I have 2 semesters.
Well,
Now,
that is impressive.
and one of those groups is doubled though. So I guess it's only, instead of being 100, it's like 70, 80, 75, somewhere around there that I have. Some of them are duplicate students.
Yeah.
But 75 of them are true students.
Well, we appreciate you, and we appreciate your students working hard too, especially through COVID. And we need all of them, and we need them to repair our cars safely.
Right.
Anything else you want to add before we go, Leroy?
No, like I say, is I know that if you could sort of tell them a little bit about, it's like on WrenchWay, there's a spot where you can go fill your jobs stuff out. They can find what they're needing.
Yeah.
Take them through that a little bit.
Yeah, I think one of the best things that we can show students today is what it looks like to work in a really good shop, and what they should look for long-term career and a career pathway. So you all can go on our WrenchWay site and click on top shops and see shops in your area, or maybe another area that you're familiar with. And you'll get to see pictures and videos of actual technicians who work in that shop. So you can have a really good understanding of the culture, the work environment, if there's a career pathway for you. And those are all really important things so that you can stay in the industry.
How would you recommend that I, as a teacher, get these other shops to get on with us in WrenchWay?
Yeah, so we could start with your advisory board, and I can present to them and we can talk to them about the different opportunities for recruiting, for highlighting their shop. I think that's a really great way to start.
Like I say, now with the Zoom meetings, it's so much easier for us to have advisory board meetings.
Yeah.
My collisions, when they come.
I know my buddy Jerry. He makes
them all come. Yeah,
I know.
And he's actually on my board.
Yep.
But the head one was some new one, and Jerry thought it would be great that she could take that over, and he would help her. And so the two of them have made everything wonderful for us in the collision. I've got what I've needed to have from them, and
good.
I really appreciate it.
Good. Well, that's great to hear. I know. I love the shirt. That's awesome. Great to hear. And Leroy, I think, do you have everything you need from me?
I think so. But I appreciate you just stopping by with us this morning. Kids, I got a question. Do any of y'all have any questions or anything? Can they get on? I'm trying to figure out how WrenchWay is so that they can get to some of the classes that y'all have.
Yeah, so we don't really have classes.
I know that, but it's more of our discussion or roundtables.
Yeah. So we have a lot of webinars and roundtables. They can just go to our website and under resources, and we have actually an event coming up in November called Technician. And so I'm going to be doing a couple on industry and schools, and then mentorship, which obviously if they find mentors in the industry, that's a really great opportunity to figure out a career pathway. And so that might be something. And Leroy, I think you're on all of the
I am.
Emails. So anything that kind of jumps out at you, feel free. We have a lot of webinars as well.
Right. I was hoping that sometime, we could just set up like the round tables with them.
Yeah.
And have them ask questions to some of the shop owners that would, even if we if we could get 4 or 5, it doesn't matter which one, y'all have a better selection of getting them than I do right now.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love that
I would
idea.
love to set up a round table and, we can get one from somebody body and collision, somebody that's doing more front end work type, somebody that's doing the paint works, get me all the different type shops that we run into, the engine shops.
Yeah.
Now everybody's specialized. We even need the oil shops that change oil.
Yeah. And tire shops, everything, right?
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, no, I love that idea. I'm gonna float that to my marketing team, but I think
Okay.
that and we could do it during the day and
Yep.
record it so then you can show it to all your classes. And
That's right.
yeah, I love it, Leroy.
This is my advanced class, and then I can say, well, hit record, and we'll, I got a recording, and so that way I could show things to the other classes.
Right. Absolutely.
But the
Absolutely.
advanced is the ones that need to be with y'all. Can they sign up for WrenchWay themselves? Yes or no?
So at this point, we may be coming out with some stuff. Right now, we're really just focused on connecting schools with industry.
Right. That's what I
Oh.
thought. It was more like that right now. But let's see what we can do. Anything I can do to help y'all with that, I'm here.
All right. Well,
I'll
thank
be
you.
the test school.
We love that. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to all your students for being so
Y'all need to
awesome.
tell her.
And the industry needs you. So don't forget that.
All right.
Thanks, Leroy.
Thank y'all. See you.